What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers, back on our Corvette build. And as you might see, I have been doing some landing ramp area overhauling. This was a new mod block, which is a really cool mod block. I just really don't think my design is conducive for it because I didn't really design it for it in the first place. But this is from MCM. It's the landing elevator. It's actually the same mod developer of the boarding ramp that we've been trying to use, and I'm not entirely sure. Okay, this just says boarding ramp, so I don't know who did that one. I thought it might have actually been done by the same person, but these boarding ramps and all that kind of stuff, the control panels and all that. Actually, you know what? I never really looked at these control panels. I know the buttons and stuff, but I never really looked at these. Never really looked at these panels. I think they're just cosmetic. Maybe. Can I? Oh nope, they're buttons. Holy crap! Holy crap! Those are like tiny little buttons. Wow, it's actually got a lot of buttons. Holy cow! That's crazy. I legitimately did not know there were that many buttons, or that it was even usable. Wait a minute, boarding ramp. Oh, available buttons. Okay. Can anyone... That's just nutsy. That's kind of cool. I don't know how useful it would be only in how close you have to get and how precise you have to be, but that's still a cool kick-butt little block. Anyways, so the biggest problem... I love this mod, by the way. This elevator is so cool. The biggest issue I have is the block space. So first off, there's really nothing above it, but it still has a very high... Well, I shouldn't say very high. It's what, like, it's like a 4 block high, 4 or 5 block high. I think it might be 5. Away from the flat part here, from the actual surface, that you have to account for, even though there's really nothing above it. I guess that's too... Actually, I take that back. Hold on. I just realized something. I'm a dum-dum. I'm a dum-dum. Let's see if I'm right. So it's probably to take into account the head of the astronaut. Or the size of the astronaut. That's probably what it is. I wasn't thinking about that. It's a little bit taller, but it's probably just to ensure that you can get in and around the block. Anyways, really cool block. There's a couple of issues I have with it. Primarily the amount of space, and particularly the length. This is the real problem. I could do this, to be honest. I could live with this, and then build a ramp up to face it, you know, 1 level up and close that in the back out there. You know, I could do all of that. That would be fine. I would not care about that. This would actually fit perfectly right where it is. And we could figure something else out for up here. You know, I'm not real worried about it. The problem is this down here. So I can't, for some reason, the voxel hands are no longer a thing, I guess. Because when I equipped one, it doesn't let me do anything. So I don't know what those are good for anymore unless you've already got an asteroid or something planned. But essentially what I did was I laid out that this is the length. Actually, I probably should do that now that I think about it. Hold on. Real quick, let's retract the landing. I know I'm getting a little sidetracked here. But anyways, I was laying out this platform to kind of be a pseudo ground, right? Like, if I was landed on a planet, this is as tall as I need something to be for me to be able to walk under the ship. And then this would be the ground. So it would be something like this. You can still fit under here. This is the minimum requirement. And so on. But the way I designed this was to fit only to the minimum, not really further. Let's just do this real quick, because I didn't actually test this. So if the pistons come down, they should either stop... Oh. Okay, see, the pistons, or the landing gears stop, it looks like. Wait, are they locked? Hold up. Do I have those set to auto? Whoops. Landing gear pistons. Oh, no, I need the actual maglocks. There we go. Auto lock. Okay, they're all set to auto. I don't want that. And unlock those. Okay, so these do actually go where they need to go, and they look yellow. Yeah, so they're okay. They're stopping right where they need to stop in order for me to lock them down. And then I can retract them. That's all well and good. But you'll notice this guy goes way down here. If I measured it right, from... Why does it keep switching my... From this point here, like, continuing, it's about a 15 block... Or no, wait. Oh, it was from the top. So it's about an 11 block clearance that it needs. Or 10. 10, not including the actual end of the platform there. So this only goes 4, not 10. And I don't see a way to constrain it, because as you saw with the pistons, they stop when they hit something. This won't even let me build under it, because technically, if you highlight this, this is all part of the collision block. So, yeah, it won't let me do that. The other thing is, even if it did, you'll notice this silver thing is in the way, that even if it stopped where it was supposed to, there's no doorway. I can't get out at that point. So, it's really just too freaking tall. Now, there are a couple of things I had thought about, like bringing this up to here and making this the main entrance, right? Which I have thought about, and I might try, and then going a little further out over here and putting just like a ladder or something that comes down to the front. I thought about doing that for 2 reasons. One, it would let me use this, frankly, which I kind of wanted to do. The other is the simple fact that it would expedite getting to the bridge. Because technically that up there is where you're going to fly the ship from, so it may make more sense to get up to that height. Now, with that in mind, there's another thing I could do. I do need to take some measurements, though. I do think I've built a little too much. Whoops. Loader. What the heck? Ladder info log. Okay, then. Is that going to go away anytime today? Thank you. That was creepy. So I have no idea what that was about. What's the trick to getting off of these? Let's just turn our jetpack on. I don't remember. There is the option of, like, replacing this and putting it, like, here and taking you straight up into the bridge. I don't think, obviously, with the height requirement that would work. So I don't think that's, now that I'm looking at it, I don't think that would really be an option. I was thinking it was an option, but actually I don't think it is. And why can I never get down here? However, going straight up here and then having a ladder go down is an option. That is something we could totally do. And in fact, before I write this off completely, I may do that. Now, the other option that I had thought of, let me see, because I forgot that there's the retractable ladder as well, or there was. Ladder segment, ladder retractable. Oh, it's got the plus symbol now. That confused me. So we just put the ladder segments up there, but there is the retractable ladder, though admittedly I don't know how far it goes. Or can you control it? No, you can't control how far it goes. And it looks like it's a 5 block length? 4.5? 5 blocks? Yeah, it looks about 5 blocks. Where's the... Give me the collision box. Why can I never get the collision box down to the bottom? That's annoying. Yeah, okay, so it's a 5 block grid. So, now what I don't know is, can you actually... Are these 5 blocks at a piece? I think they are. Yeah, looks like it. So what I'm wondering is, can you stack retractables? And what I mean by that... You know what? Let's get out of here and just do some testing out on this stuff and see if I can accomplish what I'm wanting to accomplish. So I need a retractable Let's put a retractable here. Now, see how we're getting that collision? I'm wondering if I can... Can I build underneath of it? Because I don't really want... I don't know why it keeps changing my grid. Okay, retractable. If I rotate it right. Okay, so it's not letting me build there. However, here's the next question I need to figure out. Is if I were to do... Come on. Something like this. Could I put another one underneath of it? And have them actually, not necessarily connect, but can I continue to walk up them? Is kind of what I'm wondering. So use ladder. You can! Okay, so that means I could... Let me just test that one more time to make sure. Ladder? Oh, you can. Okay, that's going to change some things. Because what that means I can do is I can stack retractables in a way, though that doesn't really help a ton. Only because... Are there two sections here, or did I do this in one? That's two. So there's one there. So I could put a retractable here. Okay, that's kind of cool. And then you can walk under it. Okay, I like that. This is giving me ideas. Because technically, if you had a retractable one up here, where am I even tethered to up here? Is it that top one? It is. So if I had this as a retractable... Ooh, wrong way. Then what that would basically do is in between there, I wouldn't necessarily have to have... I don't think... Unless that's considered... Well, anyways, the stuff behind it. I wouldn't necessarily have to have all these blocks behind it, because it would just be two retractables. That's interesting. So, what I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking, is I'm going to try... Well, let me just do some quick math here. So... I don't have enough room to work in here. I can't even get myself out of my own ship. Okay, so there's 5 blocks above this point, which is the very top surface. So from the very top all the way down to the bottom is 15. So we're looking at a 20 block clearance total with a 5 block surface being in the middle. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if that made sense to anyone else. So 5 blocks would take me to where the elevator is now right here. Well, basically right where it is. Where that red collision block is would be this part where you're walking on. So that would work perfectly. I would have to get rid of that light. Now, from that point, which we measured off of here, and it's 15. So from this point... Let's drag this down. Where does 15 come out? 15 would still kind of be into the ground. Ugh. That's almost perfect. Ah, crap. That's almost perfect. But I'm 1 block shy. I guess I could raise it up 1 and do something different up here. I'm going to tinker with it, but I think that's what I'm going to try and do, and you'll enter basically, let's see, is it 3x3? No. That's 5x5? 5x5. Okay. So you would essentially, let me just get rid of this because it's in my way. You would basically be, when I'm done, it would pretty much, let's see, 5 here, 5 there. So you would pretty much enter right here. And then what I'm thinking is we'll have the ladder over there where you can go up to the bridge. And then you can walk around here, and I'll probably just put another ladder way with a retractable because if I could stop getting stuck for 5 seconds, I swear, it doesn't look like it's that tiny of gaps and stuff, but your astronaut guy is fat, basically, that he needs, like, I think it's like a 5-block width or something for him to actually walk through places. It's kind of annoying. Anyways, alright, so at that height, let me just test this out real quick. If I was up on that high, where does this come out at? I do want to use a retractable here if I can. Okay, so that's something I'm noticing. It may not be right to the floor, but it would come down far enough for you to grab it, which might be enough, I'm thinking. Because here's my thought process about this. One, a vertical elevator would be far less space cramped. I don't know what word I'm looking for. It would take up less room because it's going to go straight down. I like the ramp idea, especially with the Star Trek. I'm just going to free fall, I guess. The Star Wars Star Destroyer type design. You know, you always had those shuttles and the ramps would open and they'd walk up and like Vader would come out. And it was really cool. And I like that. I do like that. But I apologize. I forgot to turn my phone off. That's my bad. But at the same time, it's just taking up a lot of floor space, and getting the ramp to go down, it only goes down 4 blocks. Now, granted, we had the ramp here before, but our shape of the floor and stuff was getting hard to work with, and yada, 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 yada. Now, that said, some may advocate for the ramp here and then just doing a ladder or something and going up. That's totally an option too. But it would be easier, I think, to go from this to the ramp to the ladder than it would be to go, once we get the ramp built and framed in, to then go to an elevator. So I'm going to try that this time and see what everybody thinks. So I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to do some tinkering, working on some stuffs, and see if I can clean this up and not look so much of a mess. And we'll see if this actually ends up working in a reasonable fashion. Okay, so I think we're at the point of saying we've got a rough draft going of where I think it's pretty much going to. The ceiling, I have not figured out what to do with. The collision is 1 up from where it was, so for this part, for that little grid there, actually, you know what? It's going to get dark in here for a minute because I pretty much got rid of all the lights. But what I think I'm going to do is, let's take this out to, I guess, here. Same thing over here. I believe, did I take it out far enough to cover? No, I did not. Okay. There. Right? Yeah, okay. So, let me fix this real quick, or at least what I'm thinking. And then for the rest of it, I'll actually go through and explain kind of what I've been up to. And I think it's going well. I don't know that it's like 100% ironclad, oh, I'm just in love with this, it's never going anywhere, don't tell me to change it. But I will say that it's looking better than I kind of expected it to, so it's doing pretty okay in that regard. So we're just going to add a layer like that, and that way the collision's okay, it doesn't interfere with anything. Kind of opens up the ceiling a bit more, gives it a bit of a roomier feel. Now, where are my lights? Do I still have them on a hotbar? It would appear I do not. Where are the other ones that I had? 5, there we go. Let's grab some of those big lights again. Particularly just because they brighten up the place a lot faster. Okay, and obviously I can't put those there, but we could do, let's center that. There we go, that works. Can I put one back here? Is there enough room? There is enough room, just enough room. Why not? And then let's center this one like we did the last one, off the wall, like that. There we go. So that's a little more brightened up. If we really wanted to brighten, we'll just BAM! Light in your face. No. We might put a light there or something, but not one like that. So this is kind of looking like the new entry point. Now, the one issue I have with these elevators is I can never get the button to work right. You'll see if I do it just right, you might see a little bit of one of those yellow flashes like you're highlighting a button. Like that, right there. But it's like I'm off the thing, so I can never get the button to work. I don't know where the collision box is, but it's very weird. I hope that gets updated and resolved at some point to where it's like I can just highlight the panel and hit it, because having to find the button all the time is really kind of strange. Now this does work pretty well, and it also doubles as an airlock. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but if you're hearing those compresses, those sounds, I have a button here to get me back up, because again, I can't find it. There it is. I talk about I can't find it, and then it works. But right about there, it should be, I think it's an airlock. I'm not seeing it vent, if you'll notice. It's not like it usually does. So I'm assuming that it's working correctly. I do have an issue with the button, though. I don't like that. But overall, I like where we're going. And then over here, I've got the little retractable ladder. And I did go ahead... okay, it worked before. Is that light may be in the way. Let's see if it works now. No? What is keeping... Oh! That's not gonna work there. Ew. Ew. Hold up. How did this work before? Wait. I think I had those broke, didn't I? I think I might have. Okay. Wait. Now why is it not working again? Oi! I can't keep trimming this stuff. I don't have any more room to go any further back. I didn't move this at all. It was working before. Maybe it's just that layer there. So... I guess I could leave it like that. I don't really like that. But... I mean... I think you need a 3x3 space to get your... Again, your astronaut's kind of fat. He needs to lose some weight. So I can get into the smaller doorways. We could... Actually, now that I'm looking at this, we could actually do... I know I haven't really shown off how I did some things yet, so just bear with me a minute, because I kind of want to do stuff when I have the mindset to do it and I know what I'm thinking. If I don't, I'm probably going to forget it. Something like this. This is, again, work in progress, just something I wanted to try out. Let's see. Like so. Feel free, as always, to kind of be like, I don't think that looks good, or you should try this, or something like that. I'm always open to ideas, but that should give us a little bit more of an entry access type feel, I think. This is all looking a little messy, though. I don't really care for this. Not a fan. If I thought I could get the elevator to fit through there, I would probably use that, but I don't think I can. And in case you're wondering, I put the rail facing the ladder. That might seem like a weird choice, but if you put these sideways, those airlock doors are actually in these blocks, and if you put them sideways, you'll see them sticking out over here, which is not cool. So I had to either go this way or this way, and I don't... This was as far back as I could go because the ceiling shortens over here. So if I went even one block over, I couldn't actually get up the ladder because your helmet would hit and then it wouldn't let you climb over. So I had to go there, and with only one block and then hitting the rail, it was just too cramped. So I switched it because over here you've got more room to move around and maneuver a little bit. So that was my explanation for that. Now, I do have a weird thing going on where, well, I did. If I hit T here, the elevator goes down. Or it goes back up. I don't really know what that is. Again, I fault collision on the mod block, I think. I'm not really sure, but I think that's what that's caused from. So I've been just kind of dropping down here. So what I did was I kind of tapered it off like we always do to kind of keep the style. Obviously, like we mentioned, I'm going to do a different door, move this over, so I cut that out. Sealed all this in so that when that elevator goes down, it's still pressurized. I'll show you what I'm talking about there in a second. And then nothing got interfered with over here. And I will probably... Actually, you know what? While I'm right here, let me just throw this together real quick. Let's go ahead and do I have... Yeah, okay. I thought I turned mirror mode on. Let's do like this. And we'll go 1 block away from that. Well, I guess there's no collision block down here, so we could probably go... I guess I could just go all the way. Why not? There's nothing really keeping us from doing that, and then you can still get up the ladder. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that works. And then... Let's fix this up here. Why can I not get you to turn the way I want you to ever? Now, I don't know how this is going to work on the right side because I haven't done the new doorway thing yet. And we may just end this on a corner. Is what I'm kind of thinking. I don't know if I like that or not. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And apparently symmetry mode did not work over here. Why, I don't know. I am going to leave this here because, as I said, I'm going to move the door, so that shouldn't be conflicting once we're done. Now, the one other big thing that I did... Okay, that's fine. The one other big thing that I did was I knocked this wall out over here, and I'm going to expand this room back a little bit more to the edge. I know I had talked about this was as far back as I could go, but my reasoning is this. I had a lot of space over here where once we had filled in the area and stuff, let me clean this up and go further back with this. Where was I? I'm trying to kind of go off of what I had built and not make a mess out of things, but it might get a little messy back here. Let me just clear out. Actually, I should have... Oh, well. I should have had the symmetry mode on. Oh, well. So let's get rid of that. We're going to make this wall the final wall. So I just need to make sure all of this is sealed so we're not getting any air leaks, because this is the hull, which, you know, I actually may raise this up one for the floor. Okay. So, yeah, whoops. Crap. What did that do? See, it concerns me a bit that didn't cause a vacuum, because that makes me think that I've got a leak somewhere and I don't know it yet. So let's go ahead and seal that over there. I think this one already is, so that's fine. And we'll bring this up. And okay, so that should fill in all of our gaps, though we may not use all of that. We may still fill in some more. But anyways, I had some room back here, and I thought, like you can see, I put just a backup battery and a backup gravity generator, or the main, however you want to put it. I haven't tweaked the fields or anything, because I don't know if that's going to stay there, or if this is going to be used for something else, extra storage, whatever. But I could take these conveyors and run them into this room. Oops. Dang it, I'm always putting holes in stuff. Okay, and just for my own convenience, because this is kind of getting annoying, I'm just going to put some blocks here that are kind of like a ramp. There. Okay. So we could wrap this room around here and come into the back here with something else and more conveyors and stuffs and things. But honestly, I don't know what else I'd want to put back here. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities. It could be extra storage. It could be another crew quarter type thing. It could be a bigger map room. Yeah, oh gosh, I hate how big you have to make doorways. I really do. You have to make the doorways, like, huge. So anyways, this was a fairly large overhaul, I think. But I think it's for the best. I think that works. It actually even gives us more room, because now we can come around here into the back and cut some of this out here. That's what I'll probably do because of the shape of this wall. I will probably cut this out and just go directly in right along this wall, maybe, or maybe a block something difference. And that would allow us to not have to taper the wall. I could still probably do a flat wall over here and just... what I'm probably thinking of doing... What I'm thinking I'll probably do is something akin to like that, where we're not having to taper down the wall. We're just going to curve the wall where we don't have to taper it, basically. Like you would just have, hypothetically, something like that as kind of the tapering shape, and then we would just punch a hole through here. I like how I'm explaining this as I'm just doing it, and then like, oh yeah, this is exactly kind of what I was talking about. There's the rest of the room. There we go. So, as you can see, there's a lot of, like, materials and stuff that I had used, but I don't necessarily know that I need. So we could just cut out, like, this wall, because this is probably going to now continue, like so. Like that. We'll do that like that. And we'll do that like that. And we'll get rid of that. And I left the oxygen tank thing to remember, to remind me of where that is. And be like, oh yeah, that's that. So what I'll probably do... Actually, we won't do it here. Let's... I really am getting tired of getting stuck on everything. I wish for creative building... there was kind of like the no-clip like Spectator has, but you could still like connect to the blocks and things. That would be kind of cool. So maybe I'm just hypotheticaling, because that's a word, hypotheticaling this. Then we do something to this effect. Maybe? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Something like that, where the rest of the wall kind of curves around, and then as you go, then you end up back here, and then we do whatever we want back here. So that would actually open up and expand the compartments back here. And yes, I did think about, well, then we could tie back in here and do the same thing over here, but we've already kind of got this glassed in and everything, and I don't want to... It's really cool looking, and I'm really happy with this in here, so I don't really want to tamper with it. But maybe these hydrogen tanks could go back in here, and we could, we could disperse some of this a little bit. But let me know what you guys think about all that in the comments. I think we're going to wrap things up for today. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.